1978. Wolves v Chelsea at Molineux. An infamous event for Wolves fans. History. Since 1974, the Wolves firm had always gone into the South Bank to take on rival firms who were also put into the South Bank. The North Bank, which was always called the home end until 1974, was now home to scarfs, people who like to sing and not cause any trouble, children, women and families. There had been some ill feeling between these rival firms as 2 seasons previous. They had a couple of runs-ins when they were both promoted from the old division 2 into the first division, now the Premier League. Their first encounter that season in December at Stamford Bridge saw 3,000 Wolves fans constantly attacked by Chelsea's North Stand firm, who eventually broke through the thin blue line of police and actually ran some Wolves fans out the ground. The main Wolves firm stood and repelled the challenge, though. The Wolves' home match was played at Molineux in May 1977. Being a title decider, it was a massive match in its own right, and we will be discussing the events in another video. But a short summary is that Chelsea were banned from attending the match, but turned up anyway. 5,000 Chelsea stood on the massive South Bank, separated by a massive police presence. On the final whistle, both sets of fans stormed onto the pitch to celebrate, but this soon turned sour and a massive fight ensued, both on the pitch and outside of the stadium, first with each other and then with the police who were trying to quell the violence. My sources tell me that it was pretty even, with no winners and no losers. Maybe Wolves slightly getting the upper hand in terms of aggression. Anyway, this was the prelude to the 1978 event we are really discussing. August 1978, Wolves v Chelsea Molineux. Due to several instances of Wolves' South Bank firm attacking rival firms in the stadium, the club decided to erect a massive fence down the middle of the South Bank to keep rival fans apart during the game. Chelsea were in the left-hand side looking at the stand from the pitch, and Wolves in the right-hand side. So they obviously couldn't get at each other. Knowing this, Chelsea left the South Bank with about 15 mins to go and went round to the North Bank where they were let in by someone, and they created havoc, forcing fans to get crushed in a mini Hillsborough situation. Many fans were crushed, and Wolves fans have since forever criticised Chelsea's firm for not attacking them in the South Bank, but rather going round to the easy target, the North Bank, where there were mainly older non-hooligans, women and kids. Whitmore Wolfe recalls the night's events when he told us, "I was there for the entire match. Out of nowhere, hundreds of Chelsea fans left the South Bank about 10 minutes before the end. Well, we all thought they were coming for us, so everyone moved to the massive entrance gates at the side and the back of the stand, but nothing. What they had done instead was poured into the North Bank with cries of 'Chelsea, Chelsea.' The Wolves fans fled to escape, but run into other Wolves fans who couldn't move anywhere in the small enclosure that was the North Bank. There was no resistance left to take them on now that Wolves' hardcore followers had moved to the South Bank. It was carnage. First time I ever saw a crush situation with people being carried away on stretchers. The police moved in and escorted the Chelsea mob out of the stand, but the damage was done. Probably only lasted 3 minutes, but scores of injuries and frightened kids crying and all that. Anyway, on seeing this, we all moved out of the South Bank and down Molineux Street to where the North Bank is, but they had disappeared into the night. No Chelsea, no police, searched everywhere, but couldn't find them. To this day, I don't know where they went. Must have been a long route back to the coaches and the station because we couldn't find them. I mean, it was the most cowardly attack I've ever seen. There are no excuses. We had been right alongside them the whole match, and they knew we were the firm, not the women and old men in the North Bank. They could have waited outside for us or came into our section, but they didn't. I lost all respect for them that night. They were a great firm who always took it to the opposition. Maybe not at ICF or Bushwhackers, but certainly next level, and it's quite sad that they lowered themselves to this level. Funny thing is, 8 days later, we went to Reading for a League Cup match, walked into the ground, and Chelsea came round and battered us. I don't know if it was because they missed us the match before or what, but just to show they could, I suppose, great days. So there you have it. A story from the 70s that you never knew existed, unless you are Wolves or Chelsea, of course. Please feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments. We do try to answer. Don't forget to like and subscribe to help our channel grow and improve our content to you.